Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessing. Give y'all some time to tune in. Apologies for the pushback. Um, wasn't in a clear mind space the last few days, but I wanted to make sure I was somewhat in a clear space tonight. So I think this talk is needed. So I had to get in a clear mind space. First things first, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Hopefully everybody had a blessed weekend. Hopefully everybody was able to enjoy themselves and celebrate, especially those birthday peoples. Ain't forget about y'all. Prince, what's going on? Hood, don't do it to yourself. I told you I got something for your ass today. Here, go sit your ass down.
Shining once again. Ran it up, I told her mama slide in my DMs. Nah, right.
Now go on, sit down about your business. Don't get mad because LeBron ain't going nowhere, man. Don't get mad because LeBron and them ain't going nowhere. Yeah, shouts to my bro Hood. But hopefully everybody enjoyed their weekend. Hopefully everybody got through the weekend smoothly. For those in the areas where it's still a little air with the weather, still try to keep yourself bundled up until the weather is consistent. Think about your health, you know. Appreciate everybody that tuned in Friday for the conversation. Definitely was appreciated, something that we was needing, you know. Just like tonight, we need to have this conversation. Title clear as day. Well, broken people and broken dreams. And it's sad to say that right now we in a world now where there's a lot of people who have broken dreams. Some of them can't blame them because of the backgrounds. You know. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, I'm tripping. Let me get my little banner up. Cool gamer, what's going on? Cage, what's going on, my guy? Some people their dreams are broken because of the backgrounds they come from. You know, which is sad because you never know what some of these people could have been. We also see that we do have a society where some of the people are broken mentally and spiritually, and it shows by the actions. It shows by the tone of things. Popcorn, what's going on? Some people will be broken just because of, like I said, situations. If you're not getting the love, the respect, you're straight up getting abuse and neglect, it can weigh a toll on some people. Not all. There are some who have come from a broken state and they made it. Others are not too fortunate. But you got to think about that too. You know, the consistency of abuse, the consistency of just neglect, it will play a part. Hence why I was saying the other day about the voiceless being the most unprotected. Some people will get the help needed, to get out of that broken state, which is important. Others are not going to be that lucky. Once you break certain people's spirits, that's it. Um, some people don't see life the same. I've encountered people who the definition of broken spirits. And they might not be crashing out. They might not be doing certain things that would, in my opinion, classify as a broken spirit. But in the same token, they still broken nonetheless. You know, the main thing to remember is just take from them stories or take from them situations what you will, because it shows a clear sign. You could tell we broken as a people when we don't care about our own life safety. We don't care about our lives overall. We would rather be in the grave early than to try to be, successful some way, somehow. And this is the thing. The ones who are broken, those are the ones who have crashed out. Like I said before, when you are teaching nothing but negativity, it breeds negativity. The worst thing is breaking the kids. When you break their spirits, like I said, some of them grow into adulthood with that pain that they still holding on to. In all actuality, there are things that need to change. Some people have to really put that into perspective. Certain cycles can be broken again if you just learn to speak when you need to speak. Open your mouth. You know, try to get the help possible. It's not going to be easy. You can create opportunities, but again, it has to resonate with what you're thinking about as far as your overall goal. Didi, baby. I think one way to revive a broken spirit is giving them time to adjust, number one, but also being that lending ear when need be. And then also trying to implement or trying to help them get into things that would be positive of nature, things that will sway you out of those ways of feeling broken. Get into something like a hobby or a passion of yours, and first you have to find your passion, because some broken people do not know where they stand at in life. You have to find something that you're comfortable and able to grasp within your reach, let it grow and let it blossom. I think that's the most important thing. Some people are broken spirited and broken as a whole because of, again, the scenarios they coming from. And even if they do have a good home life, the geography or wherever they are laying their head at might not be as might not be as good. People of all ages could be broken. Hearts could be broken. But the one thing that shouldn't be broken is your dreams. And again, depending on where you decide to go with your life, hey, you can get out of that broken state. The sad part about it, and the reason why I say we do have broken people, is because I heard something that just it disturbed me. I know some of y'all probably already heard about that rapper and his daughter getting shot and killed. That's crazy. I never thought as a people we would get to a point where we really started harming the elderly, the young ones, and it's supposed to just be accepted. Now, I granted the person got caught, I believe, but still, some of y'all ways now are just broken. Your mindsets are broken. It's all about eliminate, eliminate, eliminate. And that's the crazy part about it. How can we get past certain things when these are the main things that are tearing us apart as a whole? You know there's broken people when, again, they don't care about life as a whole. They don't even care about your life, safety of yours. That's a scary thing to think about. Some people feel like there's nothing to lose. That's when you know a person is really broken and that they last point. When they are willing to do things that you know it's just no coming back from, it really is a sickness. How can you cure this sickness when, again, we have so much hatred and jealousy towards each other? We lack compassion and humanity. A child should never have to worry about, again, losing their life, especially in that way, form, or manner. Sorry, it's unacceptable. That child had nothing to do with anything, and the fact that that child is gone is sad. May that young man, his daughter, rest in peace, and prayers and condolences to that family, because that is crazy. That this is what it's come to. Susan, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. I mean, it's sad right now. I had to give a minute on that one. I had to give a good minute on this one because I'm gonna hit this on different levels today. So bear with me, y'all. Now, again, in this scenario, that should be the last thing on anybody's mind is harming an innocent child. And again, especially when that child just celebrated a birthday. It's sad that some of these young ones don't even get a chance to live a productive or proactive life because it's cut short by the nonsense and the violence. Sad enough, we all broken as a people, whether we believe it or not. We try to find ways to alleviate those problems. But I always remembered one thing too. When a person really needs help or when they want help, they'll seek it. That's because they're adamant on changing. Now, I didn't get into the full details of all of that, but 9 out of 10, I could tell it was probably something along the lines of things on the streets and in the internet going wrong. And again, it's sad. It really is sad. We don't value life no more. I've always believed that there should never be a situation where a woman, especially if a woman is pregnant, should be involved in any form of violence. Reason why I say some of society is broken as a whole, and I'm going to say this again, is because look at the chaos amongst you. And then the lack of accountability. It really is sad though to think that it could get this deep. And then for some people, it's already like they don't care. You basically just plucked a family tree, or at least a growing family tree, because of the decisions. Serious, baby. Taco burritos, taco burritos. It's unfair to think that we went from having the glory, we went from having strides and success, and now we just become a hot mess. I'll be honest with you. Not saying all, but a part of our communities are broken. Some of the things can still be reversed and fixed. Others we already know is gone. It's long gone. But it's sad when some politics get mixed up. You gotta have some form of a broken spirit if you could think to do the unthinkable, especially again towards a child, a teen, or somebody that's not even fully in their primes yet. It's sad to think that y'all could have shootouts brazenly in the daytime and not care about any life. It's sad that in certain scenarios you can't even be out and have a good time without some form of nonsense happening. And again, we know this ain't a perfect world. There's always going to be some form of push and pull. I get all of that. But there are some boundaries that should never be crossed. Harming people who haven't fully developed yet, that's a problem. That should never happen. Again, this is where accountability comes into play. Some people try to fight it out. But the sad part about it is you're not going to win that fight. Not going to win that fight spiritually because at some point it will eat you. It will eat you alive to know that you did the unthinkable. And somebody that wasn't even a part of it had to be part of it. Give me a second, y'all, because just trying to catch myself again. It's been a rough couple days, and then hearing this story definitely just kind of got me flabbergasted for real. Because any form of harm like that, anytime you could think to raise or do anything to unalive somebody, you're broken. You might not believe it, but you are. You have a broken mindset. Because I can remember if people had issues, they would square up in the ring or square up outside. That was the most respected thing to do. BMF was going on. That's because that was the respectable thing to do. Had an issue with you, okay, we're gonna get this out one way or another. If we can't talk like adults, then we squabble it out. It's not like that no more. And I believe again, it's just a form of brokenness within the society. Some people think that you could justifiably do something when it wasn't justifiable. Just because I want to get at you does not mean I want to get at your kids, your family, none of that. That shouldn't be the mindset at all. The mindset should be, okay, I see this person one on one, this is what's going to take place. When you know there are situations where kids might be around, you know, should be a respect level. It used to be a respect level. It don't seem like that no more. Have to change that mindset as a community. Again, kids should never be involved in the midst or anything along those lines. Caught up in madness. Shouldn't get caught up in beef and drama. And honestly, the beef and drama, if it's not that serious, should never take it to that level. Remember, it's easy to take a life. It's not easy to bring one back. Heart and soul, baby. Riders, baby. Should never be that way. I mean, you can't tell me that that's not the state of a broken mindset and a broken spirit. Because again, if you could think to cause that type of harm to an innocent bystander that had nothing to do with that, you gotta think about the countless kids, the countless elderly, the innocent non-fathers who have been caught in the middle of crossfires and deadly altercations just because, people are hyped up. The reason why I say humanity is definitely a part of keeping yourself from being broke is because you have to have some form of compassion and some form of feelings. I don't give a damn how tough you claim to be. You got to have something on the heart, man. Things like that were frowned upon. Anytime there was victims of circumstances like that, we let it be known that it wasn't tolerated. Whether they was caught by the law or not, don't matter. We let that be known. Don't seem like that no more. You gotta have some form of psychological problems going on when you could think to do the unthinkable again. And it's not even necessary. It's not justifiable. Part of society is broken, part of the people are broken, and part of these people's dreams are broken. The dreams that the families had for these people who did lose their life, untimely, the dreams are broken. You shattered the dreams of a family and a growing tree. You basically have taken it from the root and just killed it. At some point, you got to come back to humanity and come back to logic. And the problem is, some broken people don't use logic. I'm sorry to say it. They don't. Evil and twisted people are part of that broken sector. They broken because, again, they don't value anything. Nothing matters. But you got to remember that life is precious and also life is short. You sitting here beefing and arguing and going back and forth with somebody, and God forbid that next day could be your last day. And it don't even got to be nothing on a violent tip. You got to be some form of broken when you don't even care about your own reasoning, your own well being. James number 8, what's going on, my guy? There's nothing satisfying or glorifying about a child getting hit in the crossfire. It's nothing thrilling about an elderly person, nor a pregnant mother, expecting mother, um, just anybody in general that has nothing to do with what you're tied into. See, some of these situations are tied into street activities. We know this. Appreciate you, BMF. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in again tonight. Apologies for my tone. Like I said, it's been a rough couple days. Thursday started it all. But then to hear this story about this tragedy right here. And again, this happens from city to city, state to state, worldwide. There always seems to be some form of situation where the innocent bystander or innocent person is caught in the middle of something that they didn't need to be caught in the middle of. There are some broken people who have done the unthinkable to people, and right now they are suffering the ultimate karma. The karma is you're in jail now. You didn't just destroy the lives of your quote unquote opposition, you destroyed your own. The only way I could see you justifiably harming somebody and unaliving them is if it really is justifiable. If it really is a motion of life or death. If you have to protect your family, prime example, from going through situations that shouldn't even come to the home. Appreciate you, serious. Appreciate you, serious, baby. Marlene, baby. Now, another situation right now, you know, Mother has to grieve. Her daughter also has to grieve. The baby father, and it's sad right now. Look how many people are getting snatched away from their families for petty nonsense. Some of it is because of not so much as what's being done in the streets, but what's also being broadcasted. Some of the society is broken because we could think the harm and get rid of the people who are going to be prominent in life, no matter what they're doing in life, no matter what the profession was going to be. Untimely cut short before they could get anything off the ground because of nonsense. This is why it's important for some of y'all to, again, like I said, stop trying to be too flashy on these social media outlets. I don't care if you a notable name or you just a regular Joe Schmo, because you don't know who's watching. Number one, and again, it could be people within your own realm trying to plot, especially if you are doing good for yourself. And seeing this is where we're broken as a people. We can't seem to uplift each other and really like push each other to our limits without it crashing. Everybody is destined to be something, and it's sad when some of these people don't get that chance, that opportunity. All because of the broken mindset. Oh, this person got this. Oh, yeah, I got to get them. Oh, she living. I got to get her. And this is the thing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be happy of your accomplishments in life and what you doing, even if you are getting to a bag. But again, there's ways of doing it. There's ways of celebrating and also being humble. The humble people are not doing some of the things we see now. Not putting stacks of money up to their ears, or they're not sitting there flashing what they got. They not flashing off everything heavy. James, what's going on, my guy? I think that's something that needs to be said too. And it is important. It's important for some of y'all to again value yourself. Keep yourself safe. But it is sad when some people can't enjoy the fruits of their labor because, again, the broken mindset. I gotta take this person out just to get what they want, or I gotta try to embarrass them the best way possible to get them up out of it. Broken mindset right now, at least in my opinion, for some people in society, is the things that they bring to the internet for fun and for clout and for views. Some of that stuff could lead to a deadly situation at hand. Prime example. Seen a video of looked like it was 6 to 17s. They was knocking on somebody's door. I don't know if they was trying to fight somebody within that apartment complex. The brother happens to come along, sees them, let them know. Listen, this ain't that type of party you try knocking on the door crazy like that for. They try to bum rush the house. Now you hear girls screaming, but before they even kicked into the house, the fact that two of them that was there was ready with their phones to record, you could tell it was going to do something embarrassing or was going to do something that would have led to some form of trouble. No doubt, serious, baby. Now the sad part about it is this could have been a scenario where you would have had teens not going home on either angle. Because whoever didn't get shot or would have gotten killed, they would have definitely got arrested. So again, this is a broken mindset that we see, and some of the youth are definitely a part of that. It is sad though. Nah, they probably was planning on fighting that girl and probably putting that on whatever platforms because this is what people are doing now. I want to embarrass this person so badly, I'm gonna do the unthinkable to them. But it's also a broken mindset because think about it. If you could think to record a damn crime and then put it on your thing for clicks and views or just to try to get notoriety, that is sad. No, no, no. This was the thing. The two people that were there, as far as that group that bum rushed the house, they were the ones that were going to record, Marlene. They wasn't going to help out because, again, they all was there to try to fight that one person. But you want to know what happened that it didn't happen? After that scream, you heard, oh, she got a gun. The mother must have came out and let off the biggest shots. Everybody hauled their ass out that apartment. Now imagine if that lady would have hit at least one of them kids that was coming to cause harm. This is a situation that some of y'all need to take not lightly. Y'all trying to bum rush people's houses, home invasions. Some of y'all wanting to do things because you got an issue with somebody so bad. You bringing drama to somebody else's doorstep. You don't know what the hell you could be encountering, and that could cost you your life. Some of y'all better be more wiser in the decisions that you're making. That right there is a broken mindset, and that could also lead to broken dreams. Because some of y'all are out here wilding, but you do have dreams. You do have aspirations of doing something outside of what you're doing. Have to think for yourself. Have to think for yourself. And I think that's a problem. That some of y'all really don't think there could be consequences when you're bringing drama to somebody's doorstep. It's one thing if it's outside in the clear open, got space or whatever, cool. You do what y'all gonna do if that's what you're gonna do. But don't bring that to the house. Because again, you don't know what you could be encountering. I think that happened with one of these young boys, I believe in Chicago. Ran down on his quote unquote ops and chased him up the block and all of that. That boy never made it the way he was gonna make it to. Bum rushing into people's houses or bum rushing into areas, trying to do something to somebody and didn't even see it coming. And it's sad when some of these people are not making it past 15 or 16. See, the problem is some of the street stuff is getting tied in to what the normal average citizen is trying to stay away from. Now again, everybody's going to have interactions, but all interactions do not need to necessarily lead to violence or just lead to nonsense. It's a clear and present danger, whether you believe that or not. And again, the fact that these teens could have messed around and got themselves unalived or possibly locked up. Because first of all, you're breaking and entering, and then you're assaulting somebody. And God knows what else you probably was thinking about doing. And then you're recording your crimes. Some of y'all don't believe it, but guess what? The things you do like that, it's still considered a crime. You putting yourself out there at risk. For what? You putting yourself at risk for nothing. Some people are broken and you could tell because again, if they don't care about what they do, and it's gonna land them probably lead into an early grave or lead into life in jail. That's sad. It really is a sickness. This is something that we have to start moving away from. No parent should have to worry about burying a child, and a child only had but 5 years on this earth, 10 years on this earth, 8 years on this earth, 3 years on this earth, not even a year and a half, 2 years on this earth. That should never be a realization right there for nobody. Bronze, what's going on, my guy? That should never be a hurt that anybody feels. I feel for all the victims who have lost children because of nonsense. Nonsense that didn't even need to happen. Some of y'all are doing the utmost when you are making all forms of threats. You have those who are losing their lives because of street activity, street nonsense, whether it's gang related or not. Got those who are not part of the nonsense and still end up being the victims of circumstance. Wrong places, wrong time. Straight bullets. People wanting to do the unthinkable, and then some of these people aims are terrible. You ain't hitting your target, you hitting the innocent. And honestly, like I said, if it doesn't get to that mind state, if it doesn't get to that at all where it should be justifiable, leave it alone. Go back to the old ways of thinking. That's crazy, Marlene. This is what I'm saying. Things like that, you know that some people are broken as a whole when they could think to do that. But just remember how it was a while back. They was trying to rob people for Jordans, rob people for anything designer because they wanted it. Or it's because something that they didn't want you wearing. And I definitely think this is a problem again. You have to learn to step away from all of the nonsense that's putting us in a critical position. Our problem is jealousy. That's one form of a broken person, jealousy. It could be jealousy from within, but it could also spew out in the nastiest ways possible. I think it's important though to remember that you are plucking and you are destroying the soul dreams of people who are trying their damnedest. Not everybody's going to be involved in your politics. But I would say for some of my young fellas out there and my young ladies out there, there's some of y'all who are going to utilize social media as your guide of getting paid and doing everything, right? Cool. You might have certain situations going on. Let those situations not be life threatening ones. Always remember that. especially if you have a family. There's nothing satisfying about a parent being plucked away from their child or from their family. There's so many different things going on right now in the world around us. Certain things I ain't gonna speak on because I'm trying to be lenient, and I'm also trying to not say nothing that I feel could get me clapped. It's spooky when again your freedom of expression and your freedom of speech feels like it could take a hit. So we have other things that we need to worry about as a whole. Some broken people can be fixed, but they also have to be a part of the mending and the healing. It's a process. You really got to think what could be that serious that you could think to do that. It's questions you need to ask. Part of the broken society is the fact that some of these people who were tied into a lot of different things back in the days are now coming home. Some are trying to rectify and trying to bring closure and peace to what they started. You got to know exactly what you're fighting for in life. That's the most important thing. We are broken as a whole in the society because we backlash on each other quickly before we backlash on the actual enemies. This statement has been said countless times, though, because it's a fact. We are quick to try to cause harm to our own brothers and sisters at a high rate. At one point, we was never that undivided and ununited. We wasn't. And the ones that wasn't with the protocol or wasn't with the good fight, we just knew where to leave them at, and that was it. There was more logic being used back in the day than what it is now. There's no more logic being used. It's just emotion. Anytime you could think to crash out and possibly either almost lose your life, even over the simplest things, yeah, you got to be broken. There was another story where a dude almost got unalive just because, yeah, matter of fact, I think he did get unalive. And that's because he assumed that somebody was staring at his girl. Now, for some people, that is a disrespect right there. But if you're not fully sure that that person was looking, then it shouldn't have went that route. I'm gonna get this clear for some. You can't control another person's eyes or none of that. Same way somebody could have been looking at your girl, you could have had a girl looking at you. this is my thing though. Using logic. That's what you technically are supposed to do, right? Use logic. There's nothing logical about trying to harm or hurt somebody because of whatever. That's just emotional. And that's just plain irresponsible. It's irresponsible because, again, putting your life and others in jeopardy. Some people are broken because of some of things that life has tossed them. Some people might have lost jobs, probably behind on bills, dealing with certain stresses in the home. There's a lot of different scenarios and why some people are broken or why they've almost become broken. And once you've reached a broken point, you never know what to expect. But again, I think it's important that we lean away from certain destructions because, again, it's unfair. You know, it's unfair when you have people that don't need to be caught in the crossfires getting caught in the crossfires. To be honest, you would have to be some form of broken if you could do the unthinkable to somebody and not care at all. Families will never be the same when this type of tragedy happens. In order to avoid some of those tragedies, I'm going to say this again for some of y'all young ones. If you're not tied into any gangs, make sure you are trying to keep yourself safe as possible. If you're not tied into anything that would put you in the crosshairs or put your families in the crosshairs, please continue to do so. Angela, baby. You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, it's sad what everything has come to. Like with this situation right here, like I was talking about. Those kids could have been done for just for the fact that you kicked into somebody's house and tried to bring terror into their house. You got to remember, you're not going to be able to kick into everybody's home and think that somebody is not protected one way or another. And again, those ones would have been another victim of casualty. Some of y'all are going to have to start being more wiser. Some people are broken because they look at society as a whole. They look at the things that are happening in the world and they feel like there's no hope. Feel like there's no way to try to do a change. But there is a room for change. We just gotta want to make that change. And I think when we come to that conclusion, the world might be a little better off. This is why you have to start reaching and trying to teach those that, you know, life is delicate. You are here for a purpose. Your purpose is not to harm and even unalive your own brothers and sisters. Your purpose is not to be jealous, envious, hurtful. No, no bad, y'all. But it's sad because again, it should never be that form of thinking. Well, if I can't get them, I'm gonna try to get somebody in their family. It should never be that way. Because again, what do those innocent people have to do with the drama? And I'm sorry, but this time juncture, we gotta want more, and we really gotta care. You know, we have to eliminate that mind space of not seeing potential growth. See, I would say if you want to throw away your life, that's your choice. That's your choice. That's what you want to do. But when you destroy your life and the people around you, it speaks volumes. It says that you don't care. It shows a lack of strength, morals, principles. Your morals and your principles should lead you to be on logical thinking terms and not emotional thinking terms. If you want more and expect more, you're gonna have to start uniting. And that means putting away a lot of personal differences that are nonsensical. Some people are losing their lives over nonsense. Now, for some people who have lost theirs, even though it should never get to that level, some cases are justifiable. Others that are not justifiable, that was just lack of thinking. You let your emotions get the best of you, and then you made a decision that could possibly damage and destroy the rest of your life and everybody else around you, including the victims. For some of you young ones that's in the streets, if you know what the consequences are to this game, you would want to try to get yourselves clear away from it. For those who are on the verge of trying to make things happen for the betterment of them and their families, I would say the same thing. In order for you to beat that broken state and get out of that broken mindset, you have to change everything. Change it for the good. You can't change who you are as a person as far as your personality and, you know, that's you. But the other things that you know for a fact are definitely holding you back from different dreams and different goals. Exit away from it. Some of y'all are gonna be too tied into the streets anyway. You already made your decision that that's what you're gonna do. Can't say nothing outside of just wake up soon. And also, again, just think about what's more important. The bigger picture should always be important. And again, if you are building a family tree, building a legacy, got kids, you want to be there for your kids. But you also want to make sure you and your kids are alive. You want to make sure that your family tree is continuously building and growing. Look how many countless people, again, have lost themselves just because of that. Logical thinking, no matter how you moving in life, will always pan out better for you. Tracy, what's going on, baby? Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Not going to be too crazy on this tonight because I just felt that need to come out. Gotta do better. Gotta want better. It's like for every broken person, we got people who are not broken. People who are more sensible and logical about life. And that is true. Just because you've come from a tough spot, or just because you have come from the deepest of depths, doesn't mean that you still can't push forward and try to make the best out of your life. Key thing is trying to survive. Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Give me 1 second, y'all. Now, again, it's just, let's really look at it. To think that you would go to the depths or would go to extreme lengths just to try to hurt, damage, and destroy, it says a lot. It says for some of y'all that yes, you are coming from broken backgrounds. And the broken backgrounds can breed broken and toxic people. That's a form of toxicity that we got to step away from. We should want to see our young brothers and sisters strive. We should want to push each other to greater heights. The first thing is first, though, you know, got to learn to get back to respect. We are supposed to respect each other. You don't have to like each other, but you still are supposed to have that common respect. And in some instances, this is why certain beefs and certain arguments are going left. Because once you've reached a point where you have crossed the path of disrespect, there is no coming back from that. At least for some people. You can't come back from that. You can't say and do things to people and then expect them in the same token not to react a certain way. Some of y'all fail to realize that you have a lot to live for. You might not see it now because of some of the things you're going through now. But at some point you will. some point you will. But we shouldn't have to lose more souls and more prominent people who could be prominent in the future. Another reason why I said we broken as a society is because, again, look at the people who could be prosperous, and we would rather see them at the bottom, or we would rather see them not here at all. There are people who can be a blanket in society, as far as they could end up doing great things that could possibly break some of what we've gone through. They could break certain barriers to where, guess what? We don't have to always worry about robbing and killing each other. We don't have to worry about trying to embarrass somebody. Everybody could find their way and their niche to make something happen. And this is what I'm saying all together, though. We have to come back to reality. Those type of crimes happening to innocents, especially children, unacceptable. Full accountability should be all around the board. Some of these situations get even more juiced up just because you got the wrong people adding the wrong type of elements and the wrong negativity. Certain situations wouldn't go as deep if certain people would stop instigating and amping up these problems. IB, what's going on, my guy? I think that's fair to say that. I'm sorry, but it is fair to say that. We got to get past this. Haven't we suffered enough? Haven't we learned our lessons? The broken mindset of, I got to be the richest, I got to be the most talked about, I got to be the most feared. Ain't we getting past that stage? We should have gotten past that. Because look what we get. Absolutely nowhere. We're broken as a society because we are quick to put blame and toss the judgment everywhere else, but we don't put it back on ourselves. We have to start getting back to critical thinking. Again, to think that that child probably could have been something prominent, could have been another doctor, another prominent lawyer, a judge, could have been a prominent businesswoman. Life cut short because of nonsense and violence. Young brothers and sisters, again, you have to wake up. This sleep that you're in right now is causing you to, lose sight of the big picture. Miss Chicago, baby, it's forcing you to lose sight of the bigger picture here. Some of you have families. Your main goal should be trying to protect and provide for your family. How can you protect and provide for anybody when you're not here to do it on either level? Stop bringing your beefs online. Stop bringing a lot of the politics to the streets. Either you hash out your differences or you just keep it pushing. But the nonsense to keep going back and forth every day is childish. And again, it shows an emotional state that we're in right now. I don't care how mad I am. There's just some things I'm not willing to do because me as a person, I have a conscience. The one thing to remember is that when you and a person are having y'all back and forth, that's between y'all, not the families or anybody around them, not the friends, none of that. Those are supposed to be off limits. I would say again, some of y'all need to get back to the squabbling, but guess what? I know a reason why some of y'all are not squabbling. And if you dare to debate me on that, one of these days, I will definitely put the rate there. Some of y'all are scared to squabble and fight because some of y'all can't fight and you're embarrassed to take a loss. But guess what? You're better off taking a loss and going back home to your family than trying to prove something and you don't go back home to your family. Always remember that. Think logical when it comes to that bigger picture. You'll still get more respect because, hey, even if you win, lose, or draw, you fought. And that was the most important thing. You fought. Again, anytime you could think the harm, innocence that have nothing to do with the nonsense, your spirit is broken. Your soul is broken. Because remember, you can't replace that life that you took. And there is no apology that great that will ever take away that pain. Those are things you need to remember too. Again, some of y'all need to put the weapons down, put the nonsense aside. Focus on what's going on in the world around you now, because things are definitely about to change. The more you keep focusing on nonsense and petty squabbles, you're going to continue to lose the war at sight. It's critical for y'all again to think. How do you come back from that? Knowing that you did something and somebody had an untimely demise. You can't come back from that. You could do your time and all of that, but your spirit is going to suffer a life sentence. It's going to suffer a life sentence because look at what you did. You didn't have to go that far. It wasn't necessary. But because you were in your emotions, tragedy strikes. I need y'all to understand this, though. Understand this clear. It is time for a different approach. It's time to start getting back to love, peace, and respect. We need to get back to that. We definitely need to get back to that because that's senseless, whether you believe that or not. Oh, my bad, y'all. But yeah, we got to get back to that. Get back to logical sense and thinking. And if it's not tied into street activity, no families, no kids, no seniors should worry about ever being hurt. No family should have to suffer things they're suffering. That's a burden that these people are going to live with for life. You can't take that pain away. And again, condolences to that young lady, condolences to the father, and condolences to everybody who has been a victim of this type of nonsense and this type of foolery. Some people don't get justice right away, especially when a tragedy like that happens. Some people, it's a long, long road before they get that. But I'm not going to hold y'all too long tonight because I'll drop the link in case somebody want to chime in. But I think we really have to. We got to do our due diligence. You know, you got to start identifying what we need to identify. And if the situation again is not dire, if it's not justifiable, there's no need to have it. You know, if you have an issue with somebody, you deal with it accordingly. You deal with it at the proper time. You never place no innocence in that form of danger. And again, some of y'all are gonna have to start getting back to fighting. Listen, not everybody gonna be the greatest fighter. Some people can't fight for nothing. Some people take more losses than wins, but guess what? They still fight. They still go home to their families. They learn to take a loss. And see, in this society right now, nobody wants to take a loss. But those losses that you take will definitely get you to greater wins in life, and it'll definitely lead you to greater success and greater paths. The fact that some of y'all are broken and in that mind state of brokenness is terrible. There was things we never allowed to happen, even when there was drama. But nowadays, the rules are broken. Some of the people are broken. And until we get past this stage of things, we're going to still have broken dreams. Not going to hold y'all all night. I just wanted to get this off my chest. You know, and again, always remember that, again, life is too short and life is too precious to be going back and forth over things that are petty. Some of y'all going back and forth over minor possessions. You can't take those possessions when it's all said and done. Can't leave the earth with those possessions. You're going to end up eventually passing them off to someone. What you should be trying to worry about is growing your path, growing your family tree and your legacy. Tired of the nonsense. We have to change that aspect of living and that aspect of thinking. Because again, an innocent life was just taken for no reason. In certain situations, they say the sins of the father will definitely pass down. I know that part. But again, there are some elements where, again, it wasn't tied to any street activity or any gang activity. Just wrong places at the wrong time because of people being outlandish and just being unruly, not caring about the public safety. We got to start caring more about the safety of our loved ones, the safety of our society. And we really need to have this change of heart. But yeah, I'm going to definitely revisit this. There will be a part two of this. Just want to definitely get this out there tonight because it's sad. It's sad that you live in a world where you got to deal with that type of fear. Fear that a family member could be struck, could be hurt, could end up possibly being gone just because of the senseless violence. That's how you know we still in a broken state because violence is still our number one go to. We had minds, we had logic, we had compassion, but we also had some form of inner peace. Hence why certain things never did go as far, but it's changing now. The minute you feel that angered about something somebody said or did, quick to want to go and jump the gun. But just remember this part too. You can't jump the gun on everybody. And you can't go around harming people and thinking at some point harm won't be done to you. Some of you will catch your karma in the worst way. Because again, anytime you could think to go to that level, there is no forgiveness in that. For those following me on Clapper, I will definitely see y'all tomorrow. Might be a little earlier than expected. I'll definitely be back tomorrow morning with another safe. I might finish breaking down some of this, but this part two is coming. That's a whole fact, Riders. Whole fact. You know, we have to be willing to change our overall aspects. We have to change our visions for life. We have to get out of that mindset that we are only here to be aggressive creatures and that we can bloom and blossom as a whole. That's a lie right there. We've shown instances and we've even had history where we have been prominent as a community to keep things under wraps. No doubt, Angela. Appreciate you, baby. Have a good night. Have a good night. We got to get out this mindset that we are just, we are unholy beasts. We ain't no beast. We're not animals. We're not savages. We are logical, spiritual, and we do have love to give. The fact that our love has been broken as a whole to a degree because things that are being brought up from old history, things that are just constantly repeating itself. We have to shift forward and shift away from these type of elements. There are ways to do it, but again, you don't gotta be about it. We should be compelled. We should be. We should be compelled to do at least what we think is right. But when these type of acts of violence happen, again, we end up having broken people and broken dreams. It's time for us to get away from that. In order for that to happen, some of y'all are gonna have to start looking deep within yourselves. If you want change, you have to be a part of that positive change. It's the only way you're gonna get free of those quote unquote demons. It's the only way you're gonna feel better about yourself and better for the people around you. Instead of being cutthroat, vicious, and non-trusted, we got to do better. Everybody is out for an agenda. Everybody's out to harm you, and not everybody should be out to harm you. Now, for those who were moving around in the streets and was doing what they was doing, and they know that those was the consequences, may they rest in peace as well too. But there's some of y'all who still got time. You still have time. You must remember that. In order for some form of change and growth within the world around us, we have to preserve the lives that are the most important, the children, the teens. Any innocent bystander that has been caught in the middle of some nonsense, yes, they definitely need the vindication. Appreciate you, serious baby. But we gotta get to that, and that's the truth. We have to get to that. And we still gonna have more key points to hit. Next time around, I'm gonna definitely have the link pinned in case anybody wanna chime in on the convo. But hopefully this did give somebody some form of thinking. I don't speak just to hear myself speak. I speak because I feel this is part of the problem that we have now. We too busy and we too caught up trying to destroy each other when we're supposed to be trying to unite and build the better foundations. It is time to take a step up. But until we do, we're going to continue to have broken people and broken dreams. Before I get up out of here, though, appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Appreciate everybody that's becoming a part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. And yeah, we still going to have great conversations because these are conversations that are needed. Everybody, again, is going to fight a battle But guess what? Everybody's going to have a different way to fight that battle. It does take great conversations, but it also takes a maturity level to keep building towards something brighter. We got to get back to the maturity state. Stop being irrational and mature. That's how we start saving lives to some degree. Think better. We could definitely get to some form of prominence and some form of dominance. So just think about that. Appreciate everybody that shared me out as well. Appreciate everybody that's in the bushes watching. And again, y'all have and still will be, you know, the main reasoning for this too. Y'all are the driving force. Before I do get up out of here though, uh, I didn't forget about you birthday. You didn't forget about you birthday babies. I didn't forget about you birthday babies. Hold on. Hopefully y'all enjoy your birthdays this week and this upcoming weekend. I know it's Pisces month. I know. I got an important Pisces I got to plan for this month as well too. So again, hopefully y'all keeping yourself safe, keeping yourself visual at all times. Do what's needed. Take care of yourself. Even on the health tip, make sure that you are taking the necessary steps. Enjoy your life. Enjoy what it has to offer and what you have to offer it. So yeah, before I do get up out of here, yeah, I forgot. Y'all was definitely feeling good, feeling good. So I gotta go like this again.
Roger, you know the lock. They got that lock on.
Give me 1 second, yeah. Frugal mama, baby. Yeah, my bad, y'all. But for those who are just tuning in, y'all gonna definitely have to catch this replay. Um, I'm definitely going to bring this back to light again. We can help broken people, but we can help ourselves in the same motion. The brokenness within our community comes from distrust, no love, and nothing but pure hatred and envy, jealousy, and greed. That's another thing that's breaking a lot of people apart. Greed. We got to learn to get back to a humble state. Stay woke, stay vigilant, and we'll definitely, we'll definitely get to a better place. But until we do, the title speaks for itself. And again, prayers and condolences to those who have lost people to the senseless violence, innocent bystanders. May your families heal in comfort. And, it's never easy, but, try to do the best to put your best foot forward and keep the legacy alive. But yeah, let me get up out of here before I act the fool for a second. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to act the fool, so give me a second.
Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Yeah, I had to act the fool real quick. Hold on real quick. I did owe somebody this. I did owe you this. And I didn't forget about you.
Motherfucker.
And again, these are the things that you come across when you are just like this. So yeah, we definitely gonna break this topic down again though. And again, appreciate everybody that tuned in. But yeah, let me get my ass up out of here. It's time for me to start doing some adulting. Wait a minute, I can't let y'all go out. There you go. To leave y'all out with the feel good vibes though.
Before we start to turn it out, you must first begin to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now drop, now drop, now drop, now drop. Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, I had to give y'all that. But let me get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and they'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. And for those following, could be back in the morning or early afternoon. Those follow me on Clapper, yeah, I should be back around 5. So, but let me take you out the right way.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
There you go. But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Let me leave y'all out with the final one for the night. Oh, I forgot Easter is around the corner, so let me leave you with the new Easter troll drop.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Bitch. Hi, Play. Hi.
I think I like that one. And I'm still trying to implement that first ever AI Matrix Award, so yeah, y'all stay tuned for that one. But let me leave y'all with that one again.
Hi, I'm Chucky.
Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.